Hello guys, I'm Hopping Chocolate and welcome to my Pyro MVM tutorial. So today we'll be going over how to play Pyro, what upgrades to get, what loadouts you should be using, and then finally what tips I think as a good Pyro you should be doing to really help out your team and to kind of maximize your abilities. So going to loadout quickly. This is one of the loadouts I would take as a Pyro. So, primary wise, you really should be using either the Phlogistonator, because this helps a lot. You can get crits, over time, and you can just it does maximize your damage a lot. It's really good. I usually would use a Phlogistonator if you're being Pyro instead of heavy. So let's say, there's no heavy and you're being the kind of frontline damage instead. It can happen, but it's quite hard to do, but if you're good at it, you can still do it. So I would use this because then it's easier to hold the front line if you can get crits quite a lot. You can use the flamethrower, the default flamethrower. There's nothing really wrong with that, but as you know, it doesn't really compete. Not really. It hasn't really got any benefits, but anything really can work. But the Phlogistonator and then the Backburner are the best. Now the Backburner is probably one I would use the most. 100% crits from behind just means you can hide behind where the gate is, and this means you can just get crits all the time on big robots, medics even as well if you're lucky, and it really does maximize your damage. I've easily got more damage than every single person in the game as Pyro by using the Backburner. I don't think I managed it with the Phlogistonator, but the Backburner is definitely my favourite. So going on to secondaries, I usually use the shotgun, honestly. Now, it's probably not the best. I just use it out of, I like my shotgun. But I would say probably the best one to use is the flare gun, honestly. Mainly because the flare gun allows you to really, especially with snipers, it helps you deal with them very easily. But also just long distance kills on any bots, it really does help. But again, you can use the Detonator if you prefer that, and that probably could be quite good if you can set more groups on fire. You could use Man Melter again if you really want. The Reserve Shooter, the Scorch Shot, it doesn't really matter with secondary, but I would personally say the Detonator or Flare Gun are the best. Even though, yes, I would use the shotgun, but that's our preference more than anything. Finally, we come to melee. Now, again, melee is not one that really does matter too much. But the Power Jack is what I'd use the most because of the speed boost it can give you. It can be really handy if, let's say, you're by the main gate and then suddenly there's a robot catching a gate. If you can use that speed boost just to run up there and kill something that's there, it really can help you. The only other one I would say that has really a use is the Extinguisher. And that's only because it can help you get some quite good damage. If you upgrade that to full damage, and what am I saying, not full damage, full melee speed, and you go behind a robot and get 195 damage on each hit, let's say a giant, that's quite a lot of damage very quickly. I don't think really it can still compare to flamethrower damage when it's upgraded a lot, but it's still pretty good. So it's something to consider. Anyhow, so upgrades for Pyro. Now, first, most importantly for Pyro, you need resistances. You really do, because especially if you're subbing for heavy, you're going to be taking a lot of the damage, and you need to be ready to, take damage and to help out in that way. And your medic's going to be really, really under pressure if you're always dying, which you will be unless you've got resistances. So, blast resistance, bullet resistance, and crit. These are the three you should focus on. Once they're maxed out, you'll be much stronger. So I would focus on getting at least a good, full crit, and then 2 in them, or at least 1 in them before you then go onto your primary to upgrade. Okay. So primary damage is really good, but especially the 3 things you really want to do: health on kill, ammo capacity, and damage. you don't really need burn damage or burn time. They're not going to do anything. Honestly, I wouldn't touch them. So I would upgrade damage, ammo capacity, and health on kill. Health on kill and damage capacity, ammo capacity come first though. So usually what I do is I put 2 in health and kill, max out ammo, then go into damage. But here you see I'll put 2 in ammo and, well actually I might put, yes. So here I'm actually going to put 1 in one of my resistances, and you can see in wave there's probably more bullets. So I'm going to put 1 bullet, 1 in crit, and then 1 in health and kill, and 1 in ammo capacity, okay? So, you know, I've maximised my damage, health and kill, ammo capacity, and then that'll probably be done for my primary. You can also upgrade the flag, and if you really want, but it's not worth it if you ask me. And again, primary, your melee, not really is useful if you ask me. So, focus on upgrade on resistances and your primary is Pyro. So finally I'll talk about the tips, well my tips personally to you about Pyro that I think you should be doing to, you know, improve your plays, the class. So firstly, snipers. Although yes, there are other classes that really should be dealing with them and can deal with them, as I always like to say with most classes, if you can deal with them, do. It'll help your team out much more if somebody kills them, and if all the rest of your team, usually quite a lot of them don't really take notice of snipers, and then they all get killed. So if you can kill them, do. It'll really help everybody out. Secondly, spies. Now, as Pyro especially, you should be dealing with spies. This is like your, you know, your job, virtually, in the main game. So, when the spies come, you should be right there up with the NG, defending him. Because if the NG gets killed, and you're on the front line, like, oops, I didn't realise, well, it's kind of stupid. So you really need to be watching out for spies. And if they do come, you know, you can deal with them so easily. So, you know, just make sure to kill them. Next is air blasting projectiles. Now, let's say there's a big rapid fire crit soldier, and they're shooting a crap ton of rockets at the NG. If you can jump in front of that and air blast them all away, it's going to help the NG a hell of a lot, and you know, get you a lot of damage, because you'll get all the damage from air blasting them back. So, I'll just say, if you see somebody who looks like they're in trouble from an air blast, jump in front of it and try and blast it back. Yes, you may get killed by it. It's happened to me a few times. But, you know, the thing is, if you do try, it's better. You can also help out with medics. Now, this is only if your demo is really bad. And I would only do this under a few conditions. Let's say your demo is really, really, really bad, I'm not doing anything about the medics. As soon as a giant soldier comes down, I will pop all the medics, make them all Uber, so that they will, you know, the Uber will wear off by the time that they get, you know, not very far, and then you can kill them all. And the only other thing is, if they don't all die when the demo tries to kill them, then you can usually kill them when the Uber runs out. It's just, you know, trying to help get rid of them. Like I said, it's quite good sometimes to pop them early if the demo is not there, or if he's, well, not doing anything. Because it'll just stop them from getting very far before they Uber, which obviously will help your team out in the long run. And lastly, helping the NG. Now, I've said this for most classes. Soldier, Pyro, Demo, they will all have this thing of helping the NG.
Engineer, look out for that sentry bot. Engineer, another engineer bot is teleported.
A lot of the time you always see Soldier, Demo, Heavy all down at the bottom of the main gates, not helping NG while he gets overrun and killed, and it's stupid, it really is stupid. So you have to be careful to watch what's coming up from top and to help your NG. Like I said, most of the time when you lose A gate it's because something runs down from that way and kills the NG. Anyway guys, that's it for my Pyro tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed, and you know, if you do like my content even, please comment, like and subscribe to help me out, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye!